Go. Hi, and welcome to the first edition of minor a trip around the minor leagues player profile. This week's guest, we have Riley Martin. He's a left-handed pitcher for the South Bend Cubs. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, no worries. So I've read a lot of articles about you, and it talks a lot about baseball, which makes sense. You're a baseball player. But I think my readers and my listeners to this, hopefully there are some, I think they want to know the real you. So who is Riley Martin?
Yeah, so I'm from a small town in southern Illinois. It's called Salem, Illinois. It's about an hour east of St. Louis. I went to Quincy University, got a degree in chemistry and biology, and then got my master's in healthcare administration last year since COVID canceled our season in 2020. I was actually originally planning on going to pharmacy school and then found some velo and then got drafted. So,
well, congrats on your master's and congrats on getting drafted. You know, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we just talked about draft. What's your draft story? Were you shocked, or I'll let you explain it?
No, I wasn't shocked. I talked to probably 15 teams before the draft, just like preliminary questions and whatnot, just kind of getting to know some of the guys that are involved in the draft process. I didn't know which team I was going to go to, and I knew that I was going to be like a senior sign guy. I was a fifth year. I had no other options, so that was going to roll into it. But Cubs called me on draft day, day 2. I was expecting a call from somebody that day. I just didn't know who. And so they called me, asked if I'd sign, and I said, of course. And,
awesome.
And then I was watching the TV at my dad's house in this family room with a bunch of my family and friends surrounding me, and heard my name get called, and it was pretty awesome.
That is awesome. I mean, you see that. I don't really watch the MLB draft, but the NFL draft, you always see the guys in their living rooms, and it's a big party. That's awesome. I mean, that was my next question if you didn't elaborate into that. But being a kid from Illinois,
it was just awesome.
Go ahead.
Getting to be with my family and friends. They've been with me throughout this entire process. So just kind of getting to enjoy the moment with them was awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's very cool, man.
Yeah.
Being a kid from Illinois, was getting drafted by the Cubs your dream, or you said you're more to St. Louis? Are you a Cardinals fan?
Yeah, so I actually grew up a Cardinals fan.
Okay.
So like I don't live too far from St. Louis. I think I live about 4 hours from Chicago. So it was just me, Cardinals fan. So I actually grew up a Cardinals fan.
Wow.
Honestly, I didn't really have a dream of getting drafted by any team. It just, whatever team picked me, just build that first part of the dream. I was
nice.
Okay.
Nice. So who was your role model growing up? Like, were you always a pitcher, or did you play the infield, the outfield, or always a pitcher?
Yeah, so I played from a small town, so I played every position that a left-handed guy could play. I played some outfield, played first base, obviously pitched a little bit, more than a little bit, obviously, but
yeah.
All the positions. I think my role model growing up was Albert Pujols.
Did you watch what he did last night? Did you see him on the mound?
That was awesome. Yeah, just getting to watch him growing up. Obviously, his 10 years in St. Louis were unbelievable. So he was like a guy who he did things the right way, and it was just really cool getting to watch that in person, getting watched on TV and whatnot. So I'd say he was my role model growing up.
Nice. Have you ever met him, or are you trying to?
No, I've never met him. That'd be cool though.
Yeah, it would be. All right. Sorry about that. Going back to school, were you part of any other school organizations, fraternities, anything like that?
I was not in a frat. So Quincy is a very small school. I think there's about 1,000 students that go there. So we didn't really have a bunch of the Greek life stuff. I was a member of SAC, it's like a committee of students that just kind of help make decisions about certain school activities and whatnot. So I was involved in that. Baseball took up a lot of my time, and then I was a double major in chemistry and biology, so that was pretty. I didn't have a whole lot of free time.
Yeah. All right. I had a friend who wanted me to ask that. I was like, all right, I can throw that question in there. It's always good to know, learn more about prospects and stuff like that. You hear about all the major leaguers and all that stuff, and I just want to learn more about everyone else. You guys are such a big thing in the sport, and I don't feel like you guys get enough regulation. I think I said that right, but like, I just want to show it to more people, and I really appreciate you being on for that.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate that.
Any weird pregame rituals, or you just whatever?
Last year when I was in college and I knew what day I was starting every week, I would make Trader Joe's orange chicken, rice and broccoli the night before the start. And then I'd wake up in the morning and go to Taco Bell and get a bacon crunch wrap before the game. That was just something I don't really know what the reason for that was. It was just something I did one time and kind of just stuck. So
how did you do? Did you do good that next day, or was it
Yeah, that's why I started doing it. So the first time I did it, I threw really well. So I was like, got to keep everything.
Yeah, Taco Bell, just it gives you gas in a different way, I guess. All right. So why did you start playing baseball? Like, that's the question.
My dad was a huge baseball fan. Played the sport as a kid, and he just kind of instilled the love of the game into me as a kid. All my friends played baseball, and that was just like what I loved to do. I played other sports, but baseball was like the sport that stood out to me.
Nice.
Just always loved playing, always loved watching, and from a young age, my dream was to play professional baseball. So that kind of played a big role into it also.
Nice. Well, what other sports did you play?
I played basketball and football.
Nice.
I actually played all three of those sports, all 4 years of high school as well. So,
nice. Wow, man, you were busy.
Definitely. I liked it though.
Hey, that's awesome, man. I didn't catch that. One more time.
I said one season into the other. Football to basketball, just never ending.
Yep. I get you there. Well, congrats are in order. You just got moved up to high A. How do you feel?
Feels good. Obviously, the goal is to move through the system as fast as you can, and to get promoted quick was awesome. Just a credit to a lot of the work that I did this offseason and in spring training, just preparing my body, preparing my mind. There's still a lot of work to do, but it's nice to get the recognition to get promoted like that.
Nice. I saw that last year you got a Player of the Week award. Now, I've heard about those. Do you get a trophy, or is it just the recollection of, hey, you kicked ass this week, man?
I didn't get a trophy or anything. You mean in pro ball?
I thought it said last year in on the Pelicans.
That was this year, yeah. So that was a few weeks ago, probably I think 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it was. You don't get a trophy or anything like that. It's just like nice to be recognized almost.
Awesome. I play MLB The Show, I know, and I see it come up, Player of the Month and stuff like that, and I was just like, is it just like, hey, good job, or is it like, hey, here's a little trophy or something like that? I didn't know, so I figured I have you here. I might as well ask you.
Yeah, there you go.
So, how do you feel about the DH getting changed? Now you don't have to hit. How does that make you feel?
I like to hit in high school. I didn't hit at all in college, so it's been 6 years since I picked up a baseball bat. Kind of looking at some of the pitches and pitchers that we have in our system, and then some of the guys we face, like I'm okay with not having to hit. Like box, especially guys in the big leagues. I mean, I don't even know what I would do if I saw 100 miles per hour when I was standing in the box. So I'm cool.
All right. I figure. I mean, I think most pitchers would say that, but you know, you got a couple outliers like that. You got Kershaw who can hit, and
Yeah.
Greinke, he rakes. All right. Back to talking about a little bit of baseball. What's the biggest difference between low A and high
I wouldn't say there's a huge difference. I think maybe like the hitters make more adjustments, more in-bat adjustments. Like they kind of catch on to what you're doing, and you can't really be predictable. You have to mix your stuff well and move the ball around the zone. And if you're in a fastball count and you throw a fastball down the middle, it's going to get put in play. Not that it wouldn't be low A, but I just feel like there's more times than not, if you throw a fastball down the middle and a fastball count, they're going to do damage to it. So that's just something that I needed to learn. Nothing crazy, but just little changes like that.
Interesting. What would you consider your primary pitch?
I throw not a true 12-6 curveball, but it's like a slurvy curveball. That's my.
Okay.
I did some work with it this off season, spring training, trying to add more depth to it, and found like 6 or 7 more inches of vertical break. So that's my best pitch.
Yeah, that's awesome. I played high school baseball and I barely could hit a fastball. So 6 to 7 inches of downward. I don't even know what. Yeah, no, I couldn't even. Yeah. So that's awesome. Well, run out of questions. So this is one that wasn't on the list, but if you could give advice to a bunch of kids who love playing baseball and want to make it to be a pro baseball player, what would you say to them?
I'd say just be dedicated, bet on yourself, stay committed to your dreams and your goals. And there's definitely going to be days where you don't want to put the work in that's necessary to get to where you want to be. But if you want to get to accomplish your goals and accomplish your dreams, you have to stay dedicated, stay committed each and every day. To sometimes the day's work doesn't seem like it's important, but every single day matters. And just stacking days in a row of being committed, staying dedicated, doing the right things. Just that's the easiest way to get to where you want to be.
All right. I'm gonna steal that from you because I coach my little brother's baseball team, and I'm gonna steal that quote from you. So I might even show him this. But yeah, thank you. Are you starting pitching out in South Bend, or are you just coming out of the pen right now?
So I'm what they call piggybacking.
Okay.
I first start Thursday. So I'm slated to throw on the days that I know I'm throwing a certain day. It's just right after the starter. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue starting or if I'm going to continue piggybacking. But either way, I'm used to being a starter in college, but I've also been a reliever now for a few months. So either way is fine with me.
All right. Well, hey, that's, you get, it shows a lot of maturity. You saying you're going to do whatever you need to do to get to the next level. And that's awesome, man. So, I think that's it. Unless you have any comments you want to say or anything like that.
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you, Riley. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and everyone. Thank you for listening and have a good one.